If your day runs you, you're a slave. If your emotions choose your actions, you're collapsing. Most men aren't failing because they're lazy. They're failing because they move without law, and law requires structure. By the way, if you haven't watched the VSL and you still haven't moved, the Unruly Blueprint is now $49.89. No more discounts. It teaches you how to install structure that prints cash and rewires your nervous system for command. The link is in the description below. Click and commit. So, over the last 24 hours from our last video about structure, I decided that we're going to jump deeper into structure because a lot of you don't even understand what the hell I talk about when I speak about structure, right? I made that cell reference and I had at least 2 DMs talking about that the God reference that I made and all of these other things are against God's will. Shut the fuck up. You be the ones I'm talking about with no structure, right? So your life is chaotic without structure. A lot of you are moving without structure. Why? Because you don't want to face yourself and deal with getting rid of the bullshit like the cell that we spoke about yesterday. You have trapped yourself in a cell that was created by you. And if you ever want to connect with the divine, with the Most High, with the all, some of you might understand it as, you have to get out of this fucking cell. When I reference God and saying that the God that's in the back of your subconscious telling you that the same cell that you live in is okay, that's what I'm saying you're praying to a demon. There is an actual God that you can connect with once you get out of your goddamn brain and the box that you've created. But anyways, we're going to jump into how to create your structure. So first, before we jump into that, one, you must understand what structure is. It's not your routine, it's your spiritual scaffolding. So here's you. Here is you right here. You are in the center, right? These things around you are the scaffolding. It is your spiritual scaffolding because you cannot see your structure. This inner structure we talk about, you can't see it, can you? No, you have to create it. So the structure, the spiritual scaffolding is what keeps you in line when the world the world around you might be chaotic. So it keeps you still continuing to build what you know you must build. Right? So it's an invisible framework keeping you in place no matter what is going on around you. Nothing can penetrate these walls when you have a scaffolding in place because it blocks everything out. So you're just going to continue working on what you need to work on, and nothing touches you. Nothing. Absolutely nothing, because nothing can penetrate your spiritual scaffolding, which is your structure. And to second that, when you have structure, rhythm, or when you have structure, your structure gives rhythm, direction. So if your energy is focused on moving forward and progressing, that means you must go from spot to spot to spot to spot to spot. Right? So what it does is when the world around you is chaotic, this is all chaos around you. All of this red is chaos. You get to continue moving forward from spot to spot, keeping your energy focused and in line on the things that you have to get done. Right? You're going to keep yourself in such a locked in mode. A lot of you call it like monk mode or locking in. It's a state of life. It's not just, let me lock in for 6 months. Let me lock in. What the fuck are you talking about? You want to be a millionaire? It doesn't take 6 months, bucko. It takes well longer, well beyond 6 months. You don't just get a special hack and become a millionaire. No. Right? And then even if, I want you to and I hate hypotheticals, but work with me for 2 seconds. Even if, hypothetically, you got $1 million in 6 months and you had zero spiritual structure, you're going to lose it. Why do you think people win the fucking lottery and lose it? Why do you think people join the NBA or get into the NBA, get all the fucking accolades, get the money, and then lose it? Why? Because they have no fucking structure to their life and their energy isn't focused. And so when you have this rhythm to life, because you know, as we talk about the laws of the realm, what is one of the laws? Rhythm. There's an up and down to life. And that means that if you can get to a place where you can centralize your focus on the things that you need to get done and life continues to go up and down, that inner structure is going to keep you neutral so that you can get from spot to spot to spot to spot without interruption. The more spots you hit, the further along you are in life. my friend. And that includes money, respect, and power. Talked about that yesterday. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, you might want to go watch it now. Matter of fact, no, watch the rest of this. Without structure, your power leaks into distraction and doubt. So here's you at the start. Here's you. All of this right here around you, this red, is distractions. All of that is distractions. And you see how it fizzles out at the end. So it's women, dopamine loops, hesitation, fear, all of those things are around you at all times. And imagine if you didn't have a structure keeping you in line to follow through with each fucking progressive checkpoint that you needed, these things would consume you because they're closer knit, which simply means they're easier to achieve, but you see how they're hollow. They're not going to get you anywhere. You're going to jump and have to restart, right? They're going to move you nowhere along the progression line. And as you can see, as you go further down the progression line within your distractions, your women, your dopamine loops, right? The doubt, the fear, they begin to get spread out. Why? Because they die off. Your distractions are going to die off when it sucks all the energy from you. Why? How could it ever continue? And let's even put it in a practical term. When you go out and you drink and you drink and you drink and you have sex with women and you jump into dopamine loops and you get fearful and you don't do the things you know you need to do, how much more of those things can you indulge in when you're losing energy? So that means you don't have the energy to keep up. You don't have the energy to drink. You don't have the energy to fuck. You don't have the energy to continue scrolling on fucking TikTok because you understand that you need to do something with your life, right? Your energy's gone, which also then means you can't make money. Hell, so now you can't even spend money on the women that you're looking to get. You can't even spend money on the dopamine loops that you're looking to have. Right? Because even like take it all the way there, bro. Think it all the way through. If you continue to do the bullshit that you're doing at the rate in which you're doing it, you're going to end up with no money. And then that means what? Your phones get cut off. The women reject you. You turn into a bum. Some of y'all are already at that bum stage and continue to go down even worse. And even when you have all the money, imagine now you're just leaking your power. A lot of you have stable jobs, six-figure jobs, but you're a dweeb in real life. Women don't want you because you don't have any structure to your life. You don't know how to speak to them. You don't know how to take care of them. You don't even know how to fuck good. Come on now. You have no structure to your life. And therefore, all of these distractions entice you even when you're still trying to move forward. Get a hold of yourself. Because without that structure, you're going to fall victim to these distractions and these hesitations. But we progress. So point 2, structure is how you escape civilian timelines. It's how you go from posting and praying to discipline and deposits. If this hits, stop watching and go get the blueprint now. The real system is inside. You already know that. The link is in the description below. Most men break without it, right? So they wake up in reaction and not decision. This is one of the things that a lot of you are fucking doing. You are waking up in a reactive state to life. You don't wake up knowing what you have to do for that day. You don't wake up with a full to-do list, a full task list. You don't even write the things that you know you need to do the next day down on a piece of paper so that when you wake up and get to your office or get into your phone notes or get into just routine or like executing on the day, you know what to do. You don't have that. So you're just reactive. So now when these negative things pop up, as you get things done, and you're jumping from spot to spot to spot to progress you forward, negativity is going to pop up. Doubts are going to pop up. Distractions are going to pop up. Things that sway your energy and attention and focus are going to pop up. And what do? You run to them. You run to them because they give you a level of softness that it takes away the pain for now. But you're not realizing that split attention is causing you to delay the things that you need to get done on your to-do list, which then delay the progression that you're looking for, which then delay the life that you know you should be living. Hell. So you're waking up in reaction, not decision, because decisive people already understand what they're doing tomorrow. I know what I'm doing tomorrow and on Friday and on Saturday. And hell, I know exactly to a T, like hour by hour, You have to know what you're doing every single hour on the hour. I have an alarm, like you just heard earlier. That alarm that you hear going off in some of the videos is literally telling me hour by hour that the hour has gone by. Like, you have to structure your life so that you don't fall victim to these reactions, which then are filled with women and dopamine loops. Oh, come on now, bro. So your day is mixed with dopamine and delay. Hesitation and dopamine loops fill your fucking life. Why? Because you have no structure to block them away from you. Your internal structure is what keeps everything at bay. When you can go silent and the world also goes silent, because now you're focusing, that means that your inner structure is so sturdy and your nervous system is neutral enough so that when all of the distractions come, they don't touch you. Yo, women come around me and I don't flinch. Women text me, I don't flinch. Liquor and partying come around me, I don't flinch. Hell, we all have been somewhere. We all have a story. But why don't I flinch? Because you understand that the goal that you're after, that's fortified by law, is bigger than what's coming at you current. So none of these little things can fucking penetrate my structure because you're not big enough and you're not worth my time. And when you start to value your time and understand how much power you have when you can own your time, you then want more of your own time. And therefore, anything that doesn't empower you to have more time to create, then is distracting you and leaking you. So then guess what? You're losing your power because, like we said before, all we really want as men is power, pussy, and respect. And the more power you have, that means the more money you have. The more money you have, the more time you have. Right? Because now I can buy people's time. And I can own more time. And then also having my own time, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. So come on, you have to have that inner structure to get rid of the hesitation and the dopamine loops that you keep getting into. Right? And so they associate, which is you associate structure with slavery instead of sovereignty. You want to walk and roam the earth free without anybody on your back or chaining you down to any location? You need to be a sovereign man. And therefore, you need to get rid of all of this fucking chaos that's around you, because this is with no structure. And a lot of you are this fucking person right here. What structure allows you to do is, even when you're going down your path and you have all of these things around you trying to distract you, deter you, make you become fearful of what's going on in your life, it doesn't even penetrate your brain, let alone your nervous system. Right? Women run after me on a daily basis. Comment on my shit on a daily basis. Call me on a daily basis. Does it make me pivot away from what the fuck I'm doing? Absolutely not. Does not. Because there's no need for me to jump into that space, and neither is you. Especially when you have an internal structure, you can then read people and their intention and what they want from you. For sure, he's hitting you. What does she usually want? Attention. What does that attention do for her? Validate her to a degree? Sure. And then what? Is she probably looking to fuck you because she needs that release from her pressure that life is coming on her? Probably. Women love structured men because we are disciplined, one, and two, when it comes to doing the things like serving them, oh my days. They want to let their hair down, buddy. So when you don't have structure, you're almost then telling the woman that she shouldn't let her hair down because you're distracted. You have no discipline. Women might complain and say, oh, you don't have any time for me. You don't have any time for me. They love that shit. They love that you're not giving them attention, because the little attention that you do give them, they're going to show out and make sure that you don't want to stop giving them attention. Right? But as long as you're working and you're not giving your attention to something else that's depleting you, they're loving the fact that you're denying them to work. Women like men of structure. Women like to understand that men are doing something greater than themselves. And the second they realize that all you are is a distracted boy who can't have any focus to the things that matter, especially when you're trying to do bigger and greater things, she's not going to attach herself to you or want authority or want you to have authority over her, because that means that even if she were to submit to you, you're not giving your attention to the things that garnish you a better pathway for the two of you. So it would be unwise of her to submit herself to men with no structure, because men with no structure are chasing things of vanity, chasing things of what? No value, things that are taking your time, which then are depleting your resources, which means you can't take care of her. So why the fuck could you? Oh my days. Next. Oh, so I want you to understand now we're going to work on your structure. The blueprint is $49.89. You'll earn it back if you execute. Click the link and obey the system. You're not tired. You're just unstructured. Fix that and everything else will bend. The link is in the description below. So how to build structure that converts to power? You have to build around output and not input. So this person here understands, I know what needs to be done. I know what needs to be done tomorrow. I know what needs to be done after I make this video for my day to be complete. I know exactly what the fuck needs to be done. And that doesn't mean that every single day that you're going to get through your to-do list, because a lot of us have so much shit on the to-do list, you're not going to get through it, right? But on the things that are most important, that's what you want to do. So first, these little checkpoints, I'm going to give you some practical advice here. When you're going towards your goal, you don't want to layer it in the sense of, ooh, let me do the easy things first. No, do the most important things required of you in business. Is it that you're looking to get cash flow? Because if you're looking to get cash flow, you want everything on that to-do list that you have to do for the day to come first. The hardest thing should come first. And that's usually the things that need to be done like now, like right now. But a lot of us, what we do is we look for the fucking dopamine, and dopamine comes up in very interesting ways, because at the higher levels, dopamine isn't women. Dopamine isn't fucking doom scrolling. Dopamine looks like doing the task that doesn't bring you cash flow, but it sedates your fucking mental masturbation. Dopamine looks like going to the gym for an extra hour because I really like this pump today. Dopamine looks like networking with people who are doing interesting things that make your thing that works boring. That's what dopamine looks like when you get to the higher up levels of business. So I want you to understand you have to work for outputs and not the inputs. Fuck what's going on around you. Look at the things that you need to get out of the day. Squeeze the day dry. And that means you must organize your calendar to get the outputs that you're looking for. You're looking for cash, therefore do the cash flowing things first. Are you looking to what? Like whatever that looks like for you. Are you looking to have more team building sessions? Do the team building things first. Are you looking to have better fulfillment in getting your product to your clients and having it being fulfilled at a better rate and more efficiently? Do that first, right? You don't enter the day, let's see how it goes, which then leaves you susceptible to hesitation. You don't want to be left up to hesitate. Like, you don't want that. You don't want to enter the day not knowing what the fuck needs to be done, right? Because even as you see, they're hollow and these are full. This is hollow because now you don't even know what each one of those check marks look like. You just give it up to chance. Let me just write all the things that need to be done in whatever order they need to be done, and I'm just going to follow them in any order. Maybe I might do the things that are easier first, and that's what people try to do, because what? It brings comfort. It brings dopamine. You don't like discomfort, but you need to deal with the discomfort first. So you must know exactly what you're doing every single day on the hour. And next, attach yourself to repetition. These are your non-negotiables, whether it be around content, whether it be around women, whether it be around money. You know exactly what you have to do. Again, these steps is to show you. That's why you keep seeing it here and here and here and all, because life as a disciplined man with structure may seem very boring to a chaotic mind, because everything is tasked out. Everything is understood. Every checkpoint I must hit throughout the day is put in place. So again, if it's around content, you see, I post around 30 reels a day. I post one long form piece of content a day. I post a podcast a day. I deal with clients a day, every day. I deal with getting blueprint sales and making sure that everybody has are on the right email sequences every single day. I have a team behind me that I must have in order. These are things that are non-negotiable. Right? They're repetition. So every single day I'm doing those things, no matter what the fuck the day is. I don't care what time it is at night. If I'm tired, if I had a long day, if I was stressed, I'm still going to get the shit done that needs to be done, because that's what's required of me every single day. With women, doesn't fucking matter which woman I'm with. I know my structure as a masculine male is to provide, protect, and have authority. And therefore, any woman in my presence, no matter if it's a friend, my family member, or the fucking girl I'm digging out every night, they're going to get similar treatment on a non-negotiable standpoint. Your job is to protect women as they come into your space and make them feel safe. Every woman that's going to ever come in my space will always feel safe. It is a non-negotiable, and it is a repetition that you must always do. Connect yourself to repetition, things that are non-negotiables within your structure, no matter what level you're at. With money, I'm not going to stupidly go out spending money understanding my structure around money. There are repetition. There are non-negotiables that I follow. You have to structure your life in every fucking category of life. Doesn't matter where you're at. There has to be non-negotiables that you repeat every single time, no matter how the environment changes, no matter how much money you have, no matter what woman is around you. Structure is required. Anchor, and this really, truly, this will explain your life depending on where you're at right now. So here's you, right? Anchor your structure to your spiritual arc. What is your spiritual arc? From the past 6 to 12 months, you either did bullshit that kept you back, or you did the exact things that you needed to do and brought you forward. And you can assess your life and see where every 6 to 12 months you are getting the consequences of whatever you did in the past 6 to 12 months. Assess your life. Where are you right now? And what did you do in the past 6 months that brought you to the current point that you're at, which is right here? Were you around doing the things that progress you forward, or were you doing bullshit? Because if you're doing bullshit, you're realistically going to be standing on bullshit right now. And you're going to wonder why your life is so fucked up. I get it. I understand. I've been there. I've done bullshit for 6 to 12 months before and then hated the position I was in. Right? Or you can do the correct things because you had a proper structure and it brought you to a point where you're stable. And now you're looking forward to the future to continue doing the stable things. And you know that if the spiritual and the physical are mimicking each other, and there's always a delay between the spiritual and the physical, if you have no structure and you've been doing spiritual bullshit, not feeding yourself, dealing with dopamine loops, dealing with crazy and chaotic women, you're going to be in a place of instability currently because that's what you were doing prior, and all it needed was a little time to catch up to you. You see, the spiritual world and the physical world don't just happen at the same time, because most of us would be dead. Right? Our actions will be fucking given, right? But it takes a delay. There is always a delay. It doesn't happen immediately. So just assess your life and see where you are at right now. And if you're in a bad place, you probably were doing bullshit from 6 months or 12 months before you got to the position that you're in. It takes time to understand that, listen, your structure is required. But once you understand that it's required and you're tired of the life that you live, you will then implement a level of structure that is like unimaginable to the person you were before you implemented it. But I promise you, if power, pussy, and respect are the fundamental things that men want, you're going to gain all of those things from a structure. Power comes from when you can gain time. Time is gained through money. The more money you have, the more time you have. But a lot of that is required through and is given through structure. What? So now you want a shorty in your life. That also requires structure. Women want to feel safe. Your duty as a masculine man is to provide the structure so she can be feminine and relax. Let her hair down. Fuck you for once, right? And give herself to you in the ways that you want and that you've probably never seen before because you're not a man of structure. Women will start to do the wildest shit for you sexually when you provide the structure so she feels safe enough to relax. And therefore, what then happens? Your power goes through the roof, because now you have someone to have authority over that cares for your mission, because she understands that it builds the structure that she can relax. So understand that this is almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more structure you provide to the world, the more the world bends toward what you desire. And the more that happens, the more the world can watch and reflect back to you that you are a powerful man, which then gives you more structure, which then does what? Allow abundance to flow and be even that more feminine towards you. Hello. And then everybody watching will just inherently respect you because you're a man of structure and power. Women bend to you and money is no issue for you, which means that you're free and you can buy people's time. You see how all of this shit works? It just goes round and round and round and round and round. And the quicker you understand that structure is required in your life, the quicker your life will upgrade and become something that you never thought it could become. But you have to take the first step. And sometimes that first step feels like a negative because your life that you currently are living is on the wrong fucking hill, like we've spoken about before. And you have to come down the hill to then go up the right hill and build the right structure for your life and the goal that you're looking to get after. So your final decree, your closing decree. If your content has no structure, it will never convert. If your day has no structure, you'll always find or feel behind. Structure isn't death of freedom. It's the beginning of command. You want to change your life? Then build a life that can hold the power you're praying for. Consider yourself warned.